Bet 96th Academy Awards hosted by Tyler Perry and special host Keegan-Michael Key, Jordan Peele, Raven Seymour, Chris Rock, and The List 50 Cent, Bruno Mars, and The List Steve Wonder and special awards. Alicia Keys, Lil Wayne, CeeLo Green, Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Rihanna, Diamond, White, Lil Red, Howery, Whoopi Goldberg, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Kerry Washington, Sam Richardson, Wanda Sykes, Aisha Tyler, Hannibal Buress, Andra 3078, actors Anthony Anderson, Angela Bassett, Beyoncé, Chris Brown, Isaac, Ryan Brown, Orlando Brown, Yvette, Nicole Brown, Trisha Campbell, Martin Maria Canals, Barrera, Nick Cannon, Terry Crews, Drake, Idris Elba, Estelle Cedric, The Entertainer, Giancarlo Esposito, Lawrence Fishburne, Vivica, A Fox, Germain, Fowler, Morgan Freeman, Tyrese Gibson, Godfrey Reagan, Gomez, Regina Hall, Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, T.I. Terrence Howard, Jennifer Hudson, Samuel L. Jackson, Sky Jackson, Mindy Kaling, Regina King, Phil Lamar, Martin Lawrence, Sana Lathan, Dawn Lewis, Natasha Lyonne, Eddie Murphy, Thandie Newton, Tawny Newsome, Vico Ortiz, Kiki Palmer, Wendell Pierce, CCH Pounder, Kyla Pratt, Ving Rhames, Kevin Michael Richardson, Sam Richardson, Bumper Robinson, Craig Robinson, Roz Ryan, Will Smith, Willow Smith, Wesley Snipes, SZA, Mike Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Denzel Washington, Damon Wayans, Sean Wayans, Gary Anthony Williams, Alfred Woodard, Sashir Zamata, and 18 actors. Death host John Amos, Michael Clark, Duncan Jackson, 5 Michael Jackson, Carl Weathers, James Earl Jones, Quincy Jones, Lance Reddick, Lee Thompson, Young Erica, Ash, Louis Gossett, J.R. Ken Page, Bill Cosby, Tony Todd, Andre Braugher, David Harris, Tito Jackson, and Tina Turner. Thank you for enjoy, everyone. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, 2008-2010. English voiceover Greg Baldwin, D. Bardley Baker, Jeff Bennett S. Scott Bullock, Jackie Buscarino, Brian Doyle Murray, June Foray, Gray Griffin, David K. Antoinette, Spola Levine, Steve Little, Biz Markey, Richard McGonigal, Darren Norris, Kent Osborne, Steve Pierce, Kevin Michael Richardson, Roz Ryan, Charles Shaughnessy, J.K. Simmons, Dana Snyder, Cree Summer, Thurup, Van Orman, Pendleton Ward, Billy West. Thank you for enjoy, everyone. Johnny Test, 2005-2014. English voiceover starring the voices of Ashley Ball, Kathleen Barr, Louis Chirillo, Ian James Corlett, Trevor Duvall, Andrew Francis, Marek Hendricksa, Terry Clarkson, Bill Mundy, Colin Murdoch, Richard Newman, James Arnold, Taylor, Lee Tocker, Kathy Westluck, Brittany Wilson. Thank you for enjoy, everyone. Hell's Club Part 2, Antona Knight, 2017. English voiceover 78. Actors Aaliyah, Dan Aykroyd, Kenny Baker, Alec Baldwin, Marlon Brando, Pierce Brosnan, Bruce Campbell, Hayden Christensen, George Clooney, Glenn Close, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, Tom Cruise, Gina Davis, Robert De Niro, James Dean, Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, Vin Diesel, Michael Douglas, Robert Englund, Colin Farrell, Will Ferrell, Harrison Ford, Ed Gale, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jennifer Grey, Alec Guinness, Mark Hamill, Tom Hanks, Ruther Hauer, Robert Hayes, Brian Herring, Michael Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Kattan, Michael Keaton, Ari Lehman, Jet Li, Ewan McGregor, Penelope, All Miller, Roger Moore, Chloe Grace Moretz, Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, Mike Myers, Liam Neeson, Al Pacino, Roppie Piper, David Prowse, Daft Punk, Dennis Quaid, Harold Ramis, Keanu Reeves, Paul Rubens, Cynthia Rhodes, Paul Rudd, Kurt Russell, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Steven Seagal, Will Smith, Wesley Snipes, Sissy Spacek, Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, Patrick Swayze, Quentin Tarantini, John Travolta, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington, Sigourney Weaver, Peter Weller, Pat Welsh, Bruce Willis, Kate Winslow, Olivia Newton-John, uncredited. Thank you for enjoy, everyone.
I won't check my phone. There's no need. the greatest time. I was able to just, nerd out with my brother for a few days. And then to see my nieces experience it was just so much fun. I mean, I remember as a kid, our big vacation was going to a cottage on a lake. And here's my nieces, and they're in London in another country.
So cool.
So to see them experience it, it was just so much fun. I'm so glad I got there.
And for anyone listening who's never been out of the country on vacation, London is the greatest place to start getting out of the country.
It's the gateway drug.
Using your passport. And so, Gandhi.
Yes.
Of course, the number one thing that Danielle and I were all about with you is like, you got to eat Indian food when you're there.
Yes.
Because you're a neighborhood Indian.
Yeah.
And you did, but you did lots of other stuff too with the click from our show. And you went to Portugal. Talk about all of it.
Portugal is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my entire life. This trip for me was one of the best trips I've ever been on. We went to Nazaré, where the giant waves are. That was amazing just to see that whole area. We went to Sintra, where there's this castle that looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale. The pictures don't even do it justice. No picture I took did anything justice, but it was beautiful. We rode around on scooters. We stayed in Lisbon most of the time. We went to Cascais. We ate the best seafood ever. We just had a really, really good time. And then we went to London and we met up with Andrew and Josh, who were there. And we ate, drank, and smoked our way through London. And it was wonderful. We went shopping. We went and saw A Midsummer Night's Dream, which was like an immersive experience. We did the Tower Bridge. We did the Tower of London, the British Museum, the London Eye. We did so much, and there's still so much to do. And I was up late last night looking at apartments in London.
Yeah.
So if you need a correspondent overseas, I will happily do it. It was great.
Years ago, we took the entire show to London, and we did our show there for a few days, and that was quite the experience.
Yeah. Gandhi and I have been talking about how we can get you to do that again.
I would happily do it if you can just get someone to pay for it. Let's go. I'm in.
Our treehouse, it was called the Treehouse Hotel. It's right next to the BBC Broadcasting Building, so we walked behind it to see, hey, do you have any space in there for us? And it turns out they do.
They do.
I think that we'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Come on, let's do it.
I just looked at London trip was almost 14 years ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was 2011, November of 11.
Do you think they forgot about us being there because they asked us never to come back?
They give us another chance.
Oh, Lord. So, 2 weeks in Italy.
The rain on my face, it covers the trace of all the tears I've had to waste. Why must we hide emotions? Why must we never break down and cry? All that I need is to cry. Oh, man, somebody please hear me cry. Oh, man, all I can
In your car, you can keep it on all day, every day.
We're meant to be classic.